Hello everyone and welcome. This is Christine with Powder Crafts, and today I am going to bring just a coloring video. I do make a card with this image and I will show you that card at the end of the video, but I thought it'd be fun just to show you the coloring since that's the vast majority of what this particular card is. So for me, I have a tendency to have reds bleed all over, so I'm trying to be super careful, and I'm going to color those areas in first, because if they do bleed too crazy, then I can just stamp it again and start over without having colored the rest of the image in first. Try to be very careful when I'm coloring with my reds. I try not to do too many different colors, and I try not to blend a crazy amount because I just want to make sure that the red stays in the area that it needs to be in. And it's probably most definitely my paper, but I think I've heard other people say that, reds just tend to bleed maybe more than other colors. So now I've done her hat, we're going to go ahead and work on her skin. We're going to let the little hat dry a lot probably before we color in her hair. When I am coloring images, I try not to color two parts of the image that are going to be touching. I try to let each section kind of dry before I move on to the next section. And you'll see that in this particular video, kind of flip-flop from place to place. For me, it really helps control the bleeding, especially between those areas. So like if I were to color her hair now, I would definitely be pulling that red into her hair or the brown into the hat, which is not what I'm trying to do. I did not write down my Copic colors for today, but generally for Christmas reds, I use a combination of R59, R29, R27, and R35. And that's kind of going from darkest to lightest. I don't always use the R27. That, is kind of like the wild child. Sometimes I do, most of the time I don't. So we're going ahead and finish up her dress. We'll add some red stripes onto her stocking, and then we're going to let the rest of those red parts dry, and we'll do a few of the other areas. Now this particular image is from Stamping Bella. This is the Oddball Girl Elf. I think she is adorable. She cracks me up. I have a few people in my life that are not as crazy about Christmas as I am, and they are the people that inspired this card because I think that even though Christmas isn't their favorite holiday, I think that this is a card they could appreciate. Along with this image on my card, I used the My Favorite Things sentiment that says Merry Elfin Christmas, and I just thought it was so funny. And I think they would find the humor in that. So under her eyes right there, I added a little bit of E04 just to kind of add a little bit more to that tired look of this little elf. I do not show the card making process on this particular video, but you will see the full card at the end. It's just a photo. I just stamped that sentiment on some white cardstock, cut that down, put it on a piece of pattern paper, added that to a red card base, and then we are going to just add this image. This image I stamped out clearly with Copic friendly ink. Then I'm just going to cut that with my scan and cut. Something to be careful of with this scan and cut is when I did cut her out, the ornament and the bell on her hat cut separately. Part of that's my fault. I should have paid better attention when it showed me the outline, but I didn't notice that it was cutting around the bell because of the little of the string, and along the ornament the same thing. But when I put it together on the card, it actually worked out pretty well because I needed to bring the bell in a little bit on her hat, and I needed to bring the ornament up a little bit so that nothing was hanging off the card or on the sentiment. So we will finish up with her hair. Everything else is dry, so I don't need to worry about this really dark brown color bleeding into all the other areas. Now, when I do brown hair, I don't really have, actually, when I do hair in general, I don't have any go-tos. I just kind of grab some e-markers and it's a free-for-all every single time. And you'll see that here, just adding the darkest brown to the outline of her hair, and then I just kind of flick other colors in and out. If I think they're too light, then I'll grab something else. If they're not light enough, I'll grab something else until the color is kind of what I want. So thank you so very much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more and you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. But until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great day or night. Bye.